Store PIMP, swear to God ain't no sim. 18th VIP, I go fully up in here. Biddy shaking hella ass, let's make a movie up in here. Let me put you on this phone and make the movie of the year. Let me put you on my phone and make a show for the year.
How's it going, YouTube? This is my 2021 gun collection video. We're gonna kind of go over the things that I have collected over the last few years. This most recent year, I think I've put the most into my gun collection. Honestly, I've been into guns for a few years. I've been in the Washington State National Guard for about 10 years or so, a little more than that. So I've been around them pretty much my whole adult life. So the first one I'm gonna go into, one of my old concealed carries. Now it kind of just sits here. It's an XDS. It's chambered in 9mm. It's a solid little gun. Very aggressive stippling. It's one of those guns that you can just grab and you don't have to worry about it slipping from your hands at all. It's okay. It's a little jumpy. Not exactly something that I want, but it's something that comes with those lighter pistols. They tend to just jump around a lot. The trigger pull on it is decent. The reset's a little longer. But like I said, it's an older concealed carry. Moving on from there is, I haven't decided yet if I want this to be my concealed carry or the next one we're gonna go into. But we got the 509, FN 509C Tactical. Threaded barrel, suppressor height sights. It is ready for a red dot, and honestly, with the magazine in, it definitely fits my larger hands just right. It's just heavy enough to where it's not jumping around in my hand when I am putting rounds down range. It's small enough for me to conceal, but not too small for me to really have to fish around for this firearm. The trigger on it, it's great. It's an FN. The quality is crazy. The reset is almost non-existent. Moving on from there, we have my Glock 45 MOS. It is clear. All these are clear. I've been clearing them as we've been going throughout the videos. There's no magazines in any of my firearms, of course, while I'm dry firing in here. It's an okay gun. It's a little slick. It's a Glock. So you're going to have, you know, the Glock quality, Glock reputation behind any of the ones that you buy. The Glock 45, similar to the 19X, it is a Glock 19 slide on a Glock 17 frame. So it is small enough to conceal, but that grip is big enough for us guys with larger hands. It's a straight shooter. Glock sights definitely might be replacing those eventually, but honestly, this is more of a range toy than anything. But if I do decide to use it as a concealed carry, I will be upgrading that sight, most likely adding a red dot since it is ready for one. Moving on from there, we have the Ruger 5.7, chambered in the 5.7 by 28 round. This gun holds 20+1 in the chamber. Great sights on there. They are adjustable, and you can get the base plates if you want to add the red dot to it. I mean, there's not too much more I can say about this gun. The trigger on it, it's decent. The reset, on the other hand, that's a long reset. And if you could barely hear it, it's not a very audible reset. Listen here. That's kind of a long reset. Almost finger all the way off the trigger completely. But it is a fast shooting gun. It is an aggressive gun. I do love this gun. The grip on it, it's like grip tape without having cheap grip tape on there. It is laser directly onto the grip of the weapon, so you don't have to worry about that coming up. But it is very aggressive. No matter what, you are going to be able to grip this gun, which I like. Living here in Washington State, it is important to be able to grab that gun and not worry about it being slick. Moving on from there, this is my baby. I have the most rounds out of this firearm than the other 4 pistols I just showed you put together, and then some. I've got about close to 3,000 rounds through this firearm. It is my home defense firearm. The reason for that is because I feel like if I am going to be in a situation, it's a good chance that it will be at home. And the last thing I want to do is worry about a jam, malfunction, or all around not knowing how to fully know the capabilities of my at-home defense firearm. It's the most important thing to me, especially with my family in the house. It's one that I definitely wanted to get the most range time through. It is the FNX 45 Tactical. She is clear. I call this one Miss Jones. We got the Vortex Venom red dot up top. I have the Olight Valkyrie on there. It's a little light, but I like it. I liked it better than the bigger Olights out there, just because it's already a big old gun, and I didn't want to beef up the profile on her too much more. We're holding 15 plus 1 in the head on this one. It's a solid home defense firearm. Honestly, I got 3 more magazines outside the one I keep inside of it normally. Somebody comes into the house and I have her, it is going to be a fight. Moving on from there, it is the one and only shotgun that I own. It is the KRX from TriStar. Honestly, I had very low expectations for this shotgun. It's cheap, it's light, it feels like a Nerf gun. And when you shoot this thing, there is hardly any kickback. I was blown away by how well this firearm shoots. I have a cheaper red dot on there. It's mainly just a range toy. I don't really use this as my home defense firearm. I very much well could, but it is just a part of the collection. I do like to shoot it. I got a solid maybe 15 to 2,000 rounds through that one. Moving on from there, we have my very first AR-15. This is my baby. I had a buddy of mine actually put this one together for me. It's a heavier AR-15 I have set up on a bipod. This is the one that I mostly teach my children and anybody else that comes to the range with me how to shoot on. This is the very first AR that a lot of my friends and family members have ever shot. I got a cheaper scope on there. It's just the Cabela's AR scope. It's nothing fancy. I definitely plan on upgrading eventually. This one I've got about 3,000 rounds through. It's a solid gun. We got a Geisley upper sitting on a Aero Precision lower. I love it. There's not really too many other changes I will be making to this AR at all. Moving on from there, I have my Gridiron Defense AR-10. We are clear. There's no magazine in. This AR-10 was kind of just something that I pieced together. It's like a Franken build that I put together on a website that we have up here called Washington Guns. It's like OfferUp for gun parts. Anybody from the Pacific Northwest knows about that site. About that website. If you shoot, I got the Vortex Strike Eagle sight on there. Just threw on a front sight post I had laying around. I don't really use it for anything. My main optic is going to be this red dot right here. Like I said, Gridiron Defense upper, sitting on a Palmetto State Stealth lower. There may be a few projects I have going on with this one. We'll see how I'm feeling. Might do a few upgrades to her, put some more work in there, some elbow grease. The next one I have, this is my baby. This is a full-on Aero Precision upper sitting on a Aero Precision lower. I have the Magpul flip-up sights with a Sig Romeo 3 red dot. I actually put this red dot on there. It was one that I purchased for the FN509C. It just didn't fit. It was way too big, so I tossed it on here. Don't mind the paint job. It was kind of just me playing around with it. It does not take away from the functionality of this firearm. It is very maneuverable even for a longer firearm. It is hands down probably one of the lightest ARs I have. Honestly, it's pretty close in weight to my FNX 45. She is very light with this pencil barrel. I threw some rubberized grips on the side just to protect my hands because these pencil barrels tend to get pretty hot. I threw a rubberized grip on just because it's a little bit more comfortable. I wasn't really feeling the last one I had on there. And last but not least, I have my home defense rifle. This is a Maxim Defense upper on an Aero Precision lower. I went with a Sig Romeo 5 red dot. Honestly, it's a cheap red dot, but I love the feature of shake to wake. That feature alone had just sold me on this red dot specifically, because if there is a bump in the night, all I want to have to worry about is getting the firearm up and on target. And the second I pick this firearm up, that red dot is on and it is already on the setting which I want it to be on. I got an Olight flashlight. I didn't go with the pressure pads just because it is a short 10.5-inch barrel. So when I do grab it, my hand's there. We're there. It's not going to be too much for me to just press that on. Maxim Defense, I really like the aesthetic of this upper, along with that hate brake. That hate brake is amazing. I will have some more videos about this. My next range day, I do plan on shooting and doing a review on this one. If you see anything in here that you guys want to have a more thorough, in-depth review on, just let me know. I will be putting out firearms maintenance videos. I will be going over different optics, red dots, accessories that I like, that I'm looking into, accessories that I think a lot of people should stay away from. Just my personal opinions, not anything too crazy. And those videos should be rolling out here soon. I will have a video. I'm taking a trip from Washington down to Tennessee where I'm going to be relocating. And I definitely want to put a video of me being out on the road. If you guys are on the way, you know, you guys want to stop by, say hi. You guys know some ranges for me to stop by, get some range time in during the trip, let me know. I'll catch you guys again here soon. Have a good one.